Hey y'all, I'm Shauna. Welcome in or welcome back to another video. Today is a very spicy video. I'm in a very spicy mood. The main reason for that is I've been in a very shopping mood. Like I wanted to buy a lot of shit. And this video is me talking some goddamn sense into myself because I spend a lot of time roasting other people on the internet I try to be nice. I try to be nice. I think if I roast other people online, I also need to be roasted when I want to participate in unhinged behavior. The past, I would say 3-ish weeks, maybe 4 weeks, I have been in a very shopping mood, very spendy mood, and I just want to buy a lot of shit, a lot of stuff. So we're going to be talking about it today. This is me talking myself out of buying stuff that I don't need. And some of this stuff I've already kind of moved on from, and I'm going to be kind of talking about the context of it, what happened, or, how I was able to move on or whatever. Other stuff, I am very firmly in the throes of wanting it. I have a couple of carts going, to be honest. Usually, I'm able to put together a cart. It's been half an hour, 45 minutes, put together a cart, feel super content, and then I delete the tab and it's so cathartic. That's usually what happens. But for this moment in time, I'm just feeling so spendy. So today we're going to talk about it. And if there are some carts that I've put together, I'm going to put myself in blast and show them to you and talk about it. I haven't purchased anything, so it's not like I've done any damage, and I don't want to buy anything. And I think that this just kind of makes for entertainment, but also I think it's nice to hear how other people talk themselves out of buying stuff. Well, let's get into it. And I want to talk to you about, oh my God. The first thing I'm going to talk about are some Kate Spade purses. And I went with some people to the mall and they were looking for some stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go with you and I'm going to look at stuff too, because I have wanted a really nice black bag, the kind of bag that you would take somewhere if you were going out to a nice event, maybe a wedding, but maybe you're meeting somebody's family for the first time, or a nice restaurant. What would you wear to that? What kind of black purse would you wear to that? So I've had this on my mind since about February, but I haven't kind of been seriously looking into it. And so once my friend was like, I'm going to go to the mall, I'm like, I'm going to go with you because I want to go to the Kate Spade store so I can look at the Kate Spade purses. And then once I find the one that I want, I can then go online and I can look at the secondhand options. So I did that and I found some cute stuff. And then I found some stuff that I didn't need. There's this purse that came in a pink and a yellow, and I really wanted the yellow purse. I really wanted the yellow purse. The photo's going to be on the screen now. I was standing there and I tried on the bag. Do I have a photo of me? No, I don't have a photo of me trying on the bag. I tried on the bag and I also saw this white bag. I came in for a black bag and I was like, oh my God, if this bag came in black, then this would be my perfect bag. I saw the white one and I was like, why not get the white one too? The language people around me were using, and the sales associates and stuff, it's only $140 and it's on extra sale. I think it would have been $115 or something to get it. And I was like, oh my God, it's $115. And then I was like, okay, hold on. Since when do we apply, or not we, since when do I apply? It's only X amount of dollars to anything, especially things over $100. $100 is a lot of money, and I should not be talking about spending over $100 in such a casual way. So I was like, no, we're not going to use that language. And then I was thinking about this kind of use value of these purses. They're for spring and summer. Of course, they're pretty, but what kind of use am I going to get out of them? Because I have bags back there. Almost all of them have been gifted to me in some way or another. I appreciate them a lot, and those cover a lot of scenarios. Yeah, I don't have a yellow bag, but does not having a yellow bag qualify or necessitate me buying a yellow bag? No, it doesn't. I don't like buying stuff that I haven't accounted for on the spot. If I came into the mall, hypothetically, and I found a black bag that I really loved, I could, in some universe, potentially justify buying that day because I've been on the outlook for the specific thing. Buying something that I never anticipated to buy, that's also expensive, is not something that I buy on the spot. So one of my hallmark tactics is to take photos of the thing, go home, think about it. I could have gone back the next day if I really wanted to buy these Kate Spade bags. And once I was out of the store and out of this kind of peer pressure to buy it, I was able to think more clearly to be like, yes, I can admire these bags and they're going to be super cute. They're very, very, very cute, but I genuinely don't need a bag. And this bag being pink and being cute is not a good enough reason for me to buy it. And the strap is very comfortable. Like, it's not a typical leather strap. It's like a, what do you call it? Not canvas, but like a regular kind of material, and it's thicker. So it's going to hold up well, but this is going to give a very casual vibe. And all the other purses I have, except for maybe one, give casual vibes. And I don't need more things giving more casual vibes. So this was such a proud moment to walk out of here and not buy this. And then at the time, I was not even considering that this was made of real leather. And I think I would have been very upset if I got this and I had willingly put my money into real leather. I would have been very upset about it. Like, sometimes when we're in the moment, we're not able to logic our way and think about all the context of something that we would if we were able to have some time and space, which is the entire point of giving myself time and space. I wasn't considering the materials at this point. So I'm so glad I was able to walk away from that. I also had this concept of a birthday dress. I wanted a new dress for my birthday. I was like looking all over the internet, both on like secondhand and firsthand websites, which I think on its own showcases I just wanted to buy new things. I just wanted this birthday dress, and I didn't even have this concept of like what I wanted it to look like. I just wanted a new dress for my birthday because the logic was like, I'm turning 30, goddammit. I deserve a memorable dress for this birthday. And then I was thinking about it. Where are you going? Like, no, seriously, where are you going? Because at the time, I didn't know what was happening for my birthday. And my partner and I had talked about traveling potentially. And we could have very well maybe gone to the beach or just stayed at home. And I had no idea before my birthday what we were doing. So buying a dress for an unknown event is just not smart sense. Because hypothetically, let's say we went to the beach. I don't need a dress for the beach. Nor would that be like practical or useful. But let's say we went out and we had a nice dinner. Of course, I have things I have already. Or if I really, really wanted to buy a new dress, that would factor into what I might purchase as compared to, let's say we went to a museum or a drive-in or something. You know, the context matters a lot, and I had none. So I just went, you know what? At the very least, wait for the context or just use what you have. And not knowing the context and then just kind of helped me say no. But this idea of like, I just wanted a dress because it was my birthday was like the epitome of just like wanting something new. I also, this was around the same time, but I saw somebody on Instagram and I thought that she's very cute. Like, I loved her whole vibe. I liked her aesthetic and I liked her makeup. I really liked her makeup style. And I was like, ooh, I want to do that myself. And I really liked her clothes, and she wears a lot of Aritzia. And then I went onto the Aritzia website and I was looking at some of the tops I know she was wearing. And I like the Aritzia sculpt line. Like, I like the way that it looks. I was just interested in the sculpt pieces. There's going to be some photos on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. And then I was like, Shauna, don't be an idiot. You're not buying any firsthand clothes from places like Aritzia. If I'm buying firsthand clothes this year, they're going to be from sustainable brands. Aritzia is not such a thing. So then my mind said, Shauna, go onto Poshmark. Because then instead of buying one top for $80, you could buy 3 tops for $80. So I went onto Poshmark. If you've been here for a while, then you know that some of my worst spending has happened on Poshmark. And the moment I start thinking about Poshmark is the moment I know, or another one of my signs, red flags, that I'm in a spending mood. So I went up to Poshmark and I started just like hearting a bunch of the tops. I'm going to show you some examples probably on both sides. And to be honest, it was a bit cathartic to just kind of like all of this stuff, because in a way it kind of felt like shopping. And I do have enough self-control to not immediately check out from Poshmark. And most of that self-control does kind of come from my past experiences with Poshmark. I have a whole video spending $700 on Poshmark, which I'll link below, or in the cards. Here is what I was having this kind of moment about. Seeing this woman, she is so put together. I think her style is just put together, kind of classy, you know? And I started feeling insecure about my own wardrobe. I started feeling like I don't have any nice clothes. I don't dress well. And also I had this idea that I kind of am like a sloppy dresser, that nobody would look at me and be like, wow, she looks put together. And I had this panic being like, oh my God, I don't have any cute clothes. I have such an ugly wardrobe. I have no sense of style and I don't look put together. I just look ugly when I go out. And I was panicking internally for a little bit, having this feeling. And I was just feeling so shitty about my clothes. And this is kind of funny because I haven't felt this way in a while. I've had moments where I've liked what other people have had, or I've wanted to reproduce that so badly, or I feel like something would be perfect for me. But it's been a long time since I've looked at clothes and I have felt insecure or like ugly in my own wardrobe or my own body. And that's when I know that like what I'm doing is kind of toxic for myself. So I jumped off Poshmark and I jumped off Instagram for just a hot minute until I was able, see things. And I know that I have strategies in my back pocket to help me when I feel like this. And I have clothes and outfits that kind of feel like me. And sometimes when I'm just like at home, just working from home for days in a row, I'm not considering what I'm wearing all that much. I can kind of sometimes feel that way. So it's like, all right, how would you feel if you were being intentional about getting dressed? And also, what are some of my favorite outfits, some things that I like to wear? And that kind of helped me get out of it a little bit. And I still right now am feeling in a bit of a spendy mood with clothes because some of those feelings are still resonating a little bit. And part of that feeling in particular is how I feel my jeans look on me. And so I think that there could be potentially an argument in the future to maybe change up one singular jean silhouette to see how they feel. But that would be after some experimenting in my closet, right? Why do I feel like my jeans don't look good on me? Is it because of the silhouette of these jeans? Do I have not one pair that I like on my body? Am I having a moment where I'm feeling uncomfortable in my own body? Or am I having a feeling maybe being jealous of other people's wardrobes? Am I having comparing despair moment? Why am I feeling this way about these jeans? Because until I know and fully understand why I feel this way about my pants, I'm not gonna solve that by purchasing anything because it's kind of like a blind purchase. And so this is a bit of homework I've given myself because oftentimes what happens when I feel this way, I realize my clothes are perfectly fine. I don't need anything new or I don't want anything new either way. Other times holes are revealed. I feel it's more like 80-20. So I get a little bit of homework and I get to put together some new outfits and I kind of like that a little bit. So that is my cure for myself, my homework. And I know as well, if I don't do the homework, that is a sign to me that I just want to shop. I'm uninterested in finding out the information that's going to help me make smarter purchases. So it's just a shopping mood and it's an easier kind of way to, turn down the purchases. I'm also currently at present today in July 19th, 2024. I'm super having a makeup moment, which is very interesting to me because over the past year, it's been a full year at this point, even longer, I have been pretty disinterested in buying makeup. I haven't purchased a makeup palette in 2 years. The last time would have been December 2022, and it would have been the Jason Wu eyeshadow palette. I also haven't purchased any lip glosses. I've had a couple decluttered to me. But I haven't purchased any lip glosses or lip products other than some decluttered to me. I haven't purchased any blushes, kind of some of my favorite things to wear because I've just felt so utilitarian and my purchases have kind of all been these one-for-one replacements or buying a backup of a product in December, I bought a couple backups of like mascaras and powders during a sale, and I've, since got into them. And I've been very utilitarian. And so this interest in makeup, I'm like, is this actually an interest in makeup? Or do I just want to, like, am I just in this spendy mood? So I had a little makeup exchange with my best friend. Both of our birthdays are within a week of each other. And we picked out some products for each other. And I'm actually going to show you one thing right now. I got the 1111 palette from ColourPop. Holy cow, is this so beautiful. I'm like, it's so me, and I'm wearing it today. And I sent her these videos and photos because I was so excited. The gold is just really, oh my God, I poked myself in the eye. The gold is really golding. It's super cute and I love it so much. And when I bought all this stuff, I was like, oh my God, I want more. And I went to the ColourPop website and I put like $100 worth of stuff in my cart. This palette has been the most, and like she got me some other things too. It's been the most fun I've had with makeup in about a year and a half, and the most excited I've been about makeup in that long as well. And it just kind of put fuel to the fire a little bit, this desire to buy more stuff. So I have some Super Shocks in my cart. I have another palette in my cart. I have a lip gloss. I'm going to show you what's in my cart right now. And I've ultimately decided that if I do make a ColourPop order, it's going to be a maximum of $65. And I have to wait for a sale. And I've also kind of put some caveats, like you absolutely cannot buy a blush because I'm still working on blushes from 4 years ago. Like I can't. And if I buy Super Shocks, I'm only allowed to buy two, a pink and a gold. And that's kind of the thing that I'm putting, stops on myself. But before we even get there, I'm telling myself, like, you have to wait a minimum of 7 days before you start looking at deals or anything. Because if a deal comes up tomorrow, I'm not allowed to use it. This time, like waiting a week, waiting 7 days, is to help my excitement over this stuff wane a little bit. Because at this point in time, I am unable to see the forest for the trees. Like I can't really tell if getting 1 or 2 Super Shocks, just as an example, if that is going to, or if those are going to be useful or usable in my makeup life. Am I going to have the capacity to use them? Am I going to want to use them until completion? And yes, I'm able to ask those questions now, but I can't answer them honestly at this moment because I want them. And so until I am capable of answering those questions honestly, we are not going to entertain that purchase. Hey y'all, Editing Shauna here. It's been 4 days since I filmed this video and exactly what I thought would happen happened. With some time and space, I realized that buying new makeup, I just don't need it and I don't want it. Because over the weekend, I was able to think about like what it would actually feel like to bring in 2 Super Shocks and an eyeshadow palette on top of what I already have and the gift that my friend got me. And it just would be way too much. And once I was thinking about it, I really realized how undesirable that would be. I was also looking at the Super Shocks through the lens of, oh, I've finished mine or I've panned mine, so I want to replace it. But just because I finished something doesn't actually mean that I need to replace it. I typically use only maybe like 3 single shadows at a time. And I'm opening my drawer right now. I have about 6, which is still more than I could use. If I were to just live with the 6, I bet you at least one of these shades is going to dry out before I can actually use it to completion. So finishing these Super Shocks doesn't necessitate me buying or replacing them. And when I considered the quantity of what I actually had, and I came into my makeup collection and I swatched stuff and I was, really accounting for what I have, I still, for me personally, have too much stuff. And it feels kind of great to talk myself out of buying things that I might want or actually really like and really use, but they are just too much for me at the moment. That's it. Editing Shauna out. And because I got some eyeshadow products, I get some time to play with them and have some fun in the meantime. So I am getting that novelty. So I am able to get that novel feeling right now with these products because I like them. I had a hand in picking them out. You know, these are things I wanted to try, and they're really good products. They're up my alley. Like they match my makeup preference and the colors that I like and how I wear my makeup. So this stuff is really, really great. And I get to think of my best friend when I use them. So I get that novel experience now. And so what I'm kind of hoping is that by using these products and playing with them for a bit, then by the time, you know, a week or two comes around, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't actually need this stuff. I also have a cart going on Sephora. This one is a bit interesting because I have some, I don't know if you find this interesting. Hold on, I'm going to open my cart now. I have 4 products in here. I have 2 Tower 28 lip glosses, a hair mask, and then a hair oil. So I have been wanting to try this K18 mask since it was recommended to me from my hairdresser, and I saw that they have a mini size and it's been in my cart for a while. And these 2 lip glosses have been in my cart as well for 2 weeks. And I like Tower 28 and I've used these formulas. However, this Verb Ghost Oil is kind of like, oh, I think hair oil will help. I don't know. I've been having some like dryness at the ends of my hair. And so I'm like, oh yeah, the ghost oil, and it's good for fine hair. So I had this in my cart, and then I realized I didn't get my birthday gift. So I was like, oh my God, it comes with the Moroccan oil hair oil. And I've used this before and I remember liking it. Either way, what I'm gonna do is I'm taking it out of my cart right now. So anticlimactic. So I get to use this hair oil. I get to, you know, put it in, try it out. And if I like it, then maybe I can buy the full size later on, maybe the mini size again, who knows? If I don't like it, then at that point, I could buy the Verb oil. Why am I going to pay money for something when I get to try this thing for free? And I was comparing previously the Verb oil and the Moroccan oil. So I think that's a really great alternative. I had some other stuff in my cart too, but I took it out because quite often, like, my capacity to like try new things in my life the window is limited. And I'm also like, I'm trying too many new things in my life. It can be kind of overstimulating and too much to pay attention to and catalog at one time, which is also extra reason to not make other purchases from other stores at this point. Like, I don't need to go buy any ColourPop or e.l.f. or any other kind of makeup products or skincare or hair care because I already have a lot of new to me stuff. And this is just a reminder of that. I also have been wanting to try some Phytosurgeon's blushes and an eyeshadow too. And so one of the reasons why, or the impetus for thinking about Phytosurgeon's, is a purpley kind of blush. I wear or have some favorite purpley eyeshadows that I already own and I really love. I think I talked about this previously that I've wanted a purple toned blush, mauve blush, because when I wear those eyeshadows, the blush doesn't match and it kind of bothers me. I've said that as I go throughout the day, I'm typically not thinking about it, which is true, except when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, this doesn't go and it bothers me. So I've been looking for purple blush and I've been looking at a whole bunch of blushes and new launches and old releases, and I found one from Phytosurgeon's that looks amazing. And I was telling my friend about it and she's like, she's sending me some of like her makeup, like she's decluttering some makeup to me. Before she did that, she was like, hey, I could send you some of my Phytosurgeon stuff that I'm not wearing anymore, so you can test out the formula and you can see if you even like it, because you can't like go out and just swatch Phytosurgeons. There is a possibility that I won't like the formula. She's like, I'll send it to you, you can try it. And then I was like, you know what? This is kind of perfect because it puts buffers on things. Like, it's going to force me to wait probably 2 weeks to get that in the mail. and then try it. So at that point, my jets will be cooled and then I'll try it. And then I'll get to have a period where I'll get to try the blush formula to see if I even like it. Because if I don't like it, then it saves me a purchase. And if I do like it, then it's going to be an informed purchase, which is ultimately what I want. Like if I'm going to buy something, I don't want it to be willy-nilly. I want it to be because I have the budget for it. And because I've thought about it through all the lenses in which I have the ability to think through. So that's kind of cool. And I also do want to try one of their eyeshadows too. So this is kind of like, all right, if I get an eyeshadow at Vital Surgeons, I don't get to get eyeshadow ColourPop. Like we can't be bringing in like 3 or 4 new eyeshadows all at once. It's just too much. So if I think about stuff, I need to think about them holistically. And this is something I haven't done in the past, where I'll think about things through individual orders. And I've thought about things individually as orders, opposed to like, all right, I have the potential to be bringing in 6 new eyeshadows if I don't consider these things holistically. I can't be bringing in 6 new eyeshadows in a year. That doesn't fly in this house. Maybe in a year, maybe 3, maybe. And that can't be every year. I already got in a single shadow. So I have the capacity to bring in potentially 2, ColourPop or Phytosurgeons. And I think thinking about it like this is like, ooh, what might bring the most value? What might fit in best? What might, be a formula that works in my life? What could I see myself using to completion? And it adds more layers of things to think about. The last thing to talk about today are press-on nails. I had this moment recently where I wanted to use my own press-ons, and I have like one pair left, and they're this like really nude color. And I was like, oh, that's boring. So I clickety-clacked my way onto Sephora, and I saw these cute ones from Glamnetic. There were these like lemon ones, and there's this other set that my best friend got for me last year, and super cute, and I liked them. And I was like, this is fun. Because in my mind, I was like, I don't want to use the ones I already have because they're boring. And I want for summertime to have something that's a little bit more fun. What do you mean? Like, you already have something you can use already. So I want a step further. What I did is, okay, if you wear press-on nails, you gotta let me know if you do this too. But after I pick the nail sizes and stuff that fit me in a set, all the ones I didn't use, I like keep them in a bag and I store them like with all my other little bags. So I have like maybe 4 different bags of little press-on nails that I never used. And so what I did is I put together this little set of press-on, and I honestly think the color story is so cute. But when you see them, I'm going to show a picture. I'm hopefully going to put them on before you like in time of editing this video so I could show them on my nails. You're going to see that the color story is so boring. Like, to me, it's super cute. I think the color story is super cute. But when you think about the ask in which I was saying, like, oh, I want something more exciting. What is this? Like, I really think this was my mind trying to convince myself to just buy new shit. Yes, finding some kind of flaw in what I have already and some weird kind of reason why it's not good enough so you need to buy something new. Girl, no. Yeah, I girl knowed myself. I need to like, clean up the cuticles and stuff a little bit so that I can put them on, hopefully have them be a cute little moment. So that's what I'm going to do. And that might just curb my whole desire for press-on nails, because then maybe in a few weeks or maybe like a month or 2, then I'll have the desire to wear my last set. And then that'll be that. Because I don't wear press-ons all that often. I might wear them 3 or 4 times in a year total. Or like I've used like gift card at Winners or whatever to get some. So I've been able to have a new set here and there. This last one is my last one. I don't have any more. And so part of me too was like, you got to replenish the stock. My camera just cut out on me, and I also feel like my camera was telling me, girl, no. I'm somebody who does not need a backstock of press-on nails. I had a backstock for a while because I had purchased them from Static Nails. Like, I don't need a backstock of press-on nails. Owning like 1 or 2 pairs is perfectly fine because I don't wear them often enough to justify having any more than like 2 pairs. Or if there's like maybe a 2-for-1 special, like I will wear them, but I don't need 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs like I've had previously. I just do not. And I kind of like this idea of using up what I have, because if you ever wear press-ons, you know that there's just stuff that like you don't wear, and it kind of feels wasteful to throw out those nails or even recycle them because they're perfectly fine. So I kind of like that I'm making it do and, trying to use up what I have. And to me, I think that adds another layer of novelty that makes putting on these nails extra fun, because it's like, yes, I'm uncovered my little solution. I used up what I have, and doing that is important to me. And I think as I'm reflecting on all the stuff I mentioned in this video, what I'm noticing is a bunch of cognitive dissonance where my own beliefs aren't matching like some of the interests in which I've expressed. Going to check out Zara or Aritzia is just like not it. And to me, like symbolizes or is a showcase to me that I'm just interested in shopping, period. And I'm not thinking critically, because when I do, I realize that that's not where I want to put my money. If I were to spend money, those ColourPop items, I really hope I don't buy them. This is just the strategy that I'm using to talk myself out of. It's kind of like a little play on the not now, but later technique. And as I'm able to wait a little bit, then I'm able to say no a little bit easier. And thinking about all of these purchases together, like thinking about all of this makeup, like hypothetically, let's say tonight I go and I buy $60 worth of ColourPop, $60 worth of Phytosurgeons, and $80 worth of Sephora. That's so much stuff. And I also think that's $300 worth of stuff. And when you think about orders individually, or I guess what I was trying to say previously when I was thinking about orders individually, I was thinking about, yes, that's $60 and that's $60. And when you add it all up, it's $300. And sometimes my mind will not add it up. So I avoid thinking about how much money I'm interested in spending, or I have spent, if I have spent the money. And so when I think about it, yes, it's $300. I'm like, you know what? I don't actually want to spend $300 on makeup. That's not where I want to put my money. I would like to put it in savings, primarily, to be honest. We don't need to be spending $300 on makeup, let alone at one time. So this video was kind of helpful, and for me, at least anyways, to give myself some additional context and nuance and have that experience of talking out loud about the things that I want. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about stuff that I wanted to buy or want to buy actively for some of them. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that's tempting you right now. Perhaps we need to do a round 2 of me de-influencing you. If you have any words of de-influence for me, I would love to hear them in this context. And that's everything from me today. Thank you for watching and being here, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.